So, welcome, my friends. I am so happy that you are joining me here and open to learning a little bit more about my upcoming online course and mentoring program, which will be starting next week on 3-2-1. So it's like 3-2-1. Are you ready to go and explore and do things a little bit differently, learn new ways of being in the world and developing your holistic fitness, your mental, physical, spiritual fitness, and tap into your inner resources, developing your inner locus of control, and taking greater care of the only thing which you actually do have control over, which is your response choices, your inner state of being in the moment. And by developing your inner skills, by focusing on what is within your circle of influence, you are then able to more positively impact all the rest of the people out in your circles of concern, whether it be your children or your family members, your husband, friends who you care about, elderly parents, whoever it might be. You are a better person when you take care of your own fitness and health and take care to fill up your cup and develop your inner resources. It is not selfish at all. It's really just such a beautiful way to take care of yourself so that you are better for everyone out there in your world. And I will help you to learn how to surf the waves of your life with greater confidence, ease, and joy. And this is where the name for my course really came from. So the course is titled Resilience Alchemy, and alchemy really is this way of pulling together various skills and mindsets and practices and creating a experience in the moment which really is unique to you and is this beautiful kind of crystallization of a lot of things coming together in a unique way, similar to the word alchemy, the origins of the word where it was turning things into gold. So taking these various metals and amalgams and purifying them and synergizing things so they turn to gold. So that's where that came from. And then the surfer's method came really for me from my very first meditation retreat, which was with John Kabat-Zinn back in the mid-90s, and it was a 7-day meditation training and mindfulness-based stress reduction training retreat. And during that retreat, he said, you can't stop the waves, but you can learn to surf. And that really resonated with me through my own personal journeys and struggles dealing with some major life losses early in my life. My mom and my brother and the first love of my life had left me with this kind of void that needed to be filled, and this spiritual yearning which had not really been met by my more traditional religious upbringing. And so I was really primed to learn how can you learn to surf the waves of your life, because each of us, we never know what's coming next. And certainly in this world that we're living in right now, it feels like the rate of change and the levels of change in so many areas of our life, it's greater than ever before, and the conditions of volatility and uncertainty and complexity and ambiguity, this VUCA world that we live in, is just truer than ever. So we can't change that, but we can take our power and change how we respond to the situations, how we act in the world. And that's what my surfer's method really is all about. So the surfer's method is a 7-step process, and it's kind of a circular process where you kind of spiral upward or downward, and it's a process which you really can use it at any point in your life where you feel like you need to, and sometimes you might be knocked down where you have to kind of start all over, and that's just fine. So the S in the surfer's method stands for surrender and survey. The U is unplug and understand. The R is release and reinvent. So release what's not working, reinvent or recreate, and think of new things to pull into your life. Then the F is fill and fun. The E is energize and exercise. So we're really starting to develop this rhythm and this routine to some of the new practices and mindsets and skills that we've learned. So we energize and exercise, and then again, continuing with the rehearsal, and then some recognition. It's kind of patting yourself on the back or giving yourself a high five in the mirror of just how far you've come along in the journey. And then the final S is synergize and surf, which for me, as best we can with our skills and our practices, we work toward moving into the flow state. And the flow state is also called the zone. And that's a place where you're really just working at those skills, whatever they are, in whatever kind of arenas or fields of play that resonate most with you, but you're practicing this real inner wisdom, inner guidance, where now you're not so tapped into your mind and thinking through the skills, but you're more on autopilot, where you're just trusting your instincts, trusting your intuition, and trusting that through flowing with this process in the moment that you're going to come into this new state of awareness and being. So that's the method, and the course itself is an 8-week program. The first week starts with mindset and coming up with your word, kind of your theme for the 8 weeks, as well as some initial assessments. My Gaia Fit Holistic Fitness Assessment, we start there, and then each week following goes through one of the 7 letters of my surfer's method. Each week, in addition to a video instruction dropped on Tuesday and some worksheets and various things for you to fill out or work with. In addition to that, we have these touch points throughout the week where you work with me directly, either in a small group or one-on-one, every single week, to really customize the program, make it yours, to answer any questions, iron out any challenges. That's one piece of it. So the one-on-one work that we do each week, that's that. And then the group coaching or mentoring calls on Thursday are a time for us to understand each other and what each other is going through, to support each other. One of the most beautiful things I think about this course is that because I only offer it to a very small group of women, we develop really a bond, and it's a place of safety and security where everything is allowed and everything is kept completely confidential within the group. There is only sharing and support. We don't give each other advice unless someone asks for advice specifically. It's really just this place where you feel supported and that you're on this journey together with a number of other sisters who are in a very similar position that you are, whether you're dealing with crises in your life that comes a lot of times with midlife, things like retirement and figuring out what to do with your new life, whether it's that you have a spouse or significant other who is having health challenges, whether it's maybe an elderly parent having health challenges, whether it's a son or a daughter or a child or a person close in your life who's struggling, and you feel like you are the one who has to solve all the problems and be there for everyone, like so many of us women do and have done very beautifully through so much of our lives. But now we're feeling like not only do we need some time to replenish ourselves and fill up our well, but also we're willing to learn new ways of being in the world that help us with our resilience, that help us develop our inner resources so that we are each more capable and courageous in facing any challenges that might come along and be able to surf that wave successfully. So that's what the course is about. And again, the online work each week really doesn't take too much time, so it's not very time consuming. It's, I would say, maybe a half an hour to an hour. And then the other pieces are the online mentoring with me directly, one-on-one, or through the group. And again, those are optional. If for some reason you can't make them, then I record the group session so you can go back to those. If for some reason on a weekend you can't schedule the 30-minute one-on-one session with me, I am happy the following week to schedule a longer one-on-one session with you to kind of make up for a week that you are unable to attend. And so far, the people who have taken this course really have gotten some just miraculous, when I say miraculous, I don't mean miraculous in the sense like completely unexplained, but more of where the woman that they came into the course and the woman who leaves the course are very different women in that they are more courageous. They have lives that are filled with things that they never maybe thought could be a part of their life. Fun. They're doing things, little hobbies or practices, going to concerts by themselves and enjoying it thoroughly, taking an art class on their own and enjoying it thoroughly. Thinking about new activities to pull more fun and maybe time in nature into their lives. So one woman got an electric bike last time around. So really there are so many possibilities. It's really endless, but I really would love to have you join me next Tuesday, 321. The time to join is now. The time to shift and change and grow and evolve is now. And if you have any questions, please reach out. I would love to field any questions you have, and you can click on the link below to sign up and register for the course. And I hope to see you inside. Thank you.